So one of the most common questions I get from homeowners is this: should I stage my home before selling? The honest answer is, honestly, it just depends. Staging can really make a difference in some situations, but in others, simple preparation is enough. Let me talk you through how staging works, when it helps the most, and how to keep it cost effective. I've worked with plenty of sellers over the years, and I've actually been on both sides, buying and seller side. I've seen homes sit on the market because they just felt dark, cluttered, or the layout's confusing to buyers. I've also seen homes that have sold quickly and just a few affordable updates, no expensive staging needed. The difference usually comes down on how well the home photographs online and how buyers feel when they walk through the door. Staging isn't about making a house look perfect. It's about presenting it in a way that makes it easy for buyers to picture themselves living there. So today I want to walk you through 3 key things: when staging makes the most sense, what it really costs, and when you may not need it at all. Key point number 1, when staging makes the most sense. Staging is especially helpful when a home is vacant. Empty rooms usually cause, people to think the room is smaller or it's colder. And it really makes it harder for buyers to imagine how their furniture will fit in the room. It's also useful when home has an unusual layout, or if you're selling in a competitive market where you need every edge you can get. Usually staging also helps, especially like older homes. If there's little details, which every home has, especially if it's been lived in, staging really creates more of a feeling instead of buyers just looking around to find issues. It really directs their eyes to be able to picture themselves in the space. With that said, not every seller needs professional staging. If your home is already updated, uncluttered, and if it's in a market where homes move a little bit quickly, a light touch may be just what you need. The key is matching the effort with the situation. So key point number 2, cost and practical options. Professional staging can be a big investment, but it doesn't always have to be. You can often get most of the benefits with simple, affordable steps. Steps like declutter and remove excess furniture to make rooms feel a little bit bigger. You can use neutral paint and decor so buyers focus on the home and not just your style. Add small and inexpensive touches like fresh flowers, new bedding, or even brighter lighting. Rearrange what you already own to open up the flow of each room, and really depersonalizing the space. That way, if you're trying to sell a home, it no longer will be your home, so you got to make it as neutral as possible. That way, a new buyer comes in and they can really imagine the space to be their own. Some sellers choose to stage only key areas like your living room, your kitchen, your primary bedroom, and that typically can be way more affordable while still giving buyers a strong first impression. In our market, most people are looking at spaces like your kitchens. If you have a bathroom in your primary, usually you might want to put a little bit of staging there. Your primary bedroom, big areas that people use are the most important, so not having every room staged is necessary. So key point number 3, when staging may not be needed at all. There are situations where staging will make a big difference. If you're in a very hot market with little inventory, buyers may be more concerned about actually getting a home, more so than necessarily how it looks. In that case, focusing on price, condition, marketing can be way more effective than just staging. That's why I always remind clients that staging is a tool. It's not a requirement. It works best when it's part of a bigger strategy tailored to your specific home and your specific market. I remember a couple years ago when we were in a hot seller's market, meaning there was a lot more buyers looking for homes. You would list a home and within a day you already had multiple offers. In those cases, staging might have been a waste of money. So it really just depends on your market, and that's why it's super important to have an agent that can push you in the right direction. So, should you stage your home before selling? For many sellers, yes. Some level of staging helps their home show better, stand out online, and even attract stronger offers, or get an offer a little bit quicker. But it's not a one-size-fits-all. The right approach depends on your home, your market, and your budget. Every situation is different, and what works for one home may not make sense for another. If you're thinking about selling, I'd be happy to walk through your home and give you an honest advice on whether staging would add more value in your case. My information is below, If you'd like to connect and get a little bit more information, I'd be happy to answer any of your questions and hopefully get your home sold quicker.